Right, I'm sorry for constantly running this joke into the ground at this point because I have been starting a lot of these videos by saying stuff along the lines of, this is like a niche on TikTok that I never thought we'd cover on this channel. I didn't even know it existed. But genuinely, more than ever, you can probably tell by the title, this is a niche I didn't think we'd ever talk about on this channel. Because today, folks, we are talking about time travelers, apparently. It might sound insane, and that's because it probably is, but this is a situation that has blew up on TikTok a lot recently. It's actually went to mainstream news. It's been on TMZ. I saw the Do We Know Them podcast just spoke about it as well. Like, this is a really big topic at the minute. And it's actually an ongoing topic. I believe it started like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's still going up to the point where he's uploading videos about it yesterday. In fact, actually, his most recent video is 11 hours ago. But enough of being vague, let's actually add some context to this situation, right? So there's a TikToker called alecschaal who has 140,000 followers, and it's been uploading videos recently that started when he found footage from his Ring camera. Now, quickly, just to add some context as to how big this situation has got, the original video is on 2.7 million views, an update that he did is on like 12 million views, and throughout this, he has had multiple videos over 1 million views, over 2 million views, like, it really blew up. But of course, we'll start with the first video. We have quite a few videos to go through during this. I do just want to say as well, the first video is the only video that I've watched so far. So this is the only one that I've seen. I thought it'd be interesting to watch the rest of them on camera to see if this guy can convince me that he genuinely has a time traveler in his back garden, which is what he's going to try and do here.
This dude's coming onto my property to what looks like rob my house, but it actually turns out he is a time traveler.
Sorry, straight away, that is a crazy start. I mean, he just got straight to the point, didn't he? He starts off by saying, oh, this guy tried to rob my house. Turns out, would you believe it? He's actually a time traveler. Okay, either way, let's actually see the proof of this.
I literally can't even make this up. Like, if I wanted to make this up. It blows my mind. This just happened yesterday.
Okay, so he's in his garden.
As you can see, he's wandering around my backyard.
Oh, backyard for Americans.
He's trying to do. Now he's like thinking like where to go, and he actually ends up going into my shed. So you can see he opens it, goes into the shed.
Okay.
So I'm fast forwarding the time so you can see there's no movement.
Right, so one thing I will say straight away, and like I said, this is the one video that I have seen. I actually seen it because I was watching the Do We Know Them podcast and saw them speaking about it, and I saw them react to this first clip, and I was like, you know what? This would make for a great video. I'm gonna go and record. But as Jesse said in that podcast, Ring cameras don't have like a constant cycle of footage. Like, you can't just see every single little thing that happened. I mean, I have Ring cameras too, and the way it works, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there's another way of doing it, but it will record movement, first of all, so you can go back in the timeline and see movement, and the rest of the timeline is cut up quite a lot. It's not just a continuous cycle of footage, so you can't see everything that happens.
And I'm talking on the camera. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you in my shed?
I mean, look, right, even as he's scrolling through this, you can see what I'm talking about here. So as you can see, there's this little section that says live view. It's going through it. As you can see, it's slightly going up in time as we scroll through, but then when we cut to this next one, the time changes quite a bit. I mean, what? That's like 8 minutes of footage that's just completely missing. So that is very important to bear in mind, especially in this. Oh, and also one other bit I've noticed just here is in this cut, especially, the door opens quite a bit. Now, that could be the wind, right? But between these two cuts, the door is a bit more open. And that, like I said, that could be the wind, but it also could be the fact that someone has left the shed.
He never leaves the shed. I literally was watching it the whole time. So I end up calling the police. You could see in the last one, the police coming through the front yard. And then here's the police coming into the backyard. And you could see they literally go inside. They go inside and I'm talking to them. Then they go inside again. Like, they're inside there. And they come out and he's not there.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I do believe that this bloke genuinely thought the guy hadn't left. He said he was watching it constantly. It seems like maybe he wasn't watching it constantly because it's cut up. I don't know exactly how that works. But either way, I do believe that he maybe didn't see the guy leave the shed, because why would you ring the police if you did see the guy leave? I mean, actually, you probably would still ring the police if someone just went into your shed, but you get the point, right? But this video is where the conspiracy started, and it goes through a big old rabbit hole. We'll get to it.
Like, I don't know if there's a tunnel in my shed in the backyard. I don't know if he teleported. I don't know where this guy went or why he went in that shed. Let me know what you think, because I'm like perplexed.
I just love how this guy jumps to conclusions. It makes for great content, so thank you for that. But instead of just saying, oh, maybe there's a slight possibility he did leave without me seeing, straight away he's like, there has to be a tunnel, or he's a time traveler. They're the only options. But like I said before, that is the one video I have seen, and he went on to post like a bunch more, and this one was uploaded about 3 days after the one we just watched.
We have an update regarding the time traveler that went into my shed and disappeared. and this is gonna blow a lot of people's minds. And if you're still denying that this is real at this point, this is gonna change your mind.
Oh, okay, right. This is gonna change our mind apparently. Let's see.
A quick recap, this guy walks around my backyard, goes to my shed, opens the door, goes inside, and disappears. Called the cops came, they went in the shed twice. He wasn't in there. I looked like an insane guy. The cops are like, what is this guy smoke?
Okay, I mean, to be fair, as we're watching this, that door does open quite a bit through the wind. So maybe my theory's wrong. Maybe he did actually leave through a tunnel or time travel.
And you can see he never came back until the next day right here.
Okay, yeah, so this is one of them things with like the timeline. That's not 100% accurate. But either way, apparently he came back the next day.
On my camera that there's somebody in my backyard and this guy leaves my shed. And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed. But here's the craziest part. This looks like the same guy. Maybe, glasses, whatever. Let's look at the other guy. This was the other guy. He noticeably aged.
Oh my god, okay, right. Oh, I want this to be true so badly. But apparently, I think he said the next day, he got another notification that this guy had left his shed, who apparently looks a lot like the other guy, just older, obviously. So let's have a look, right? So I'm keeping his face in my mind, and then we go to the next guy. I mean... Okay, right, he's got glasses, obviously. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's made a great story of this, right? I just refuse to believe it because I just don't think that this could ever be true. Makes for a great video. I'm just wondering, like, what actually happened here, right? So what, there was two guys who just so happened to walk through his garden a couple of days apart and made this like a big coincidence? Or has he set this up with people he knew? Like, who knows what's actually happened here?
So him again, and now him. Same facial features, whiter hair. So I don't even know what to think at this point.
The thing that's confused me the most about this is that this guy who apparently has these people walking through his garden non-stop seems to be incredibly calm. And if this was me, I'd be freaking the fuck out. I wouldn't be this calm. I mean, I'd be posting it everywhere to try and get some help. I'd be ringing the police non-stop. They would hate me at this point. Like, I'd be freaking the fuck out if I genuinely thought it was a time traveler in my back garden. But maybe he is just an incredibly calm person. Who knows?
I don't know. Something's going on. Somebody explain what's going on in my shed. I'll be going there in about a week to give a tour, since a lot of people are asking. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what to think.
It is crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I would love to know people's thoughts about this in the comment section. Do people believe this? Maybe it's just me being ignorant, you know, not believing the time travelers. But like I said before, he's made a great old story about this. Okay, so the next video he posted was replying to a comment that says, add a camera inside the shed. Great idea.
Putting a camera in the shed to catch the time traveler. I promise the house that you see here with the shed there, that house is 5 hours away from where I live. It's an investment property, an Airbnb. And once I'm going next weekend, I will put the camera there and I will videotape the shed.
Okay, so that might explain why he's a bit calmer, because it's an investment property. He doesn't actually live there. That does explain a bit more. If it's 5 hours away, you probably wouldn't be worried about it as much. But as we just heard, he says he's going in like a week or so to put a camera in there. I don't know if we ever did get that. Maybe we did. We'll go through the videos one at a time. Okay, so this next video looks interesting, right? Is this the time traveler? Time traveler identified. Okay, let's have a look what he says.
You have a machine that makes gravity. You can pretty much do anything. You can affect time. You can have force fields. All of that stuff that's in science.
Whoa, okay, right. Is he trying to say that this guy who is on the Joe Rogan podcast, it looks like, is the guy in his back garden? I mean, that does not look like the guy that was in the back garden. Who is that? Okay, Bob Lazar. I feel like there's going to be people watching this video who think I'm stupid right now for not knowing who this is. I think he's made a book, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. In 1989, physicist Bob Lazar broke the story of Area 51 and the US government's work on alien spacecrafts. He blew the whistle, shocked the world. Okay, right, so this is who this bloke thinks is in his back garden. You're kind of losing me a bit, I can't lie. It doesn't even really look like him. I mean, the guy in the ring camera seems to be a lot older than this bloke on the podcast. I think you're clutching at straws a little bit here. Oh, actually, I'm just reading the comments here, and the top comment is, Bob Lazar did not walk out of your shed. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If this is a skit, you're an absolute genius. What's wild to me is he acknowledges the camera both times. He knows he's caught. I mean, if he knew he was caught, why wouldn't he just put, like, the time back to the point where he wasn't caught on camera and then do it differently Would he not do that? Maybe that's not how time travel works. I'm sorry if my time travel knowledge isn't up to par. Okay, so now we're on to the next video. Huge news about the time traveler. Found him. Remember, all of these videos have millions of views. Millions. I mean, what I will say is I hope that alecschaal is in the creator fund or whatever it's called on TikTok, because he could be making bank off this.
If you still don't believe the story about the time traveler that went into my shed, disappeared, and then came back in the future, this video is going to change your mind.
Okay, right. He has said this before, but I believe him this time, right? I'm definitely going to change my mind.
This guy named Matty Ice, he's been looking into this a lot. It's funny because he actually made a skit on part 1, kind of like making fun of me, but now he's come around to actually looking into this because this is real. So he's been looking into this story, and he found some crazy evidence. To start this off, I don't support reaching out to anybody's families or anything like that. This is all speculative, but evidence kind of makes sense. So what he did is he did a reverse image search, and he found this guy who looks pretty similar to our boy here.
I mean, a bit. This guy actually looks older, but has more hair than the guy in the video. So, I mean, yeah, he's got the same characteristics in terms of he's got silver hair. That's really it. And glasses, I guess.
Was obsessed with time travel. And you can see 9 years ago, he used to post on blogs talking about time travel and how it works. So he graduated from Harvard University, which is, you know, obviously impressive. So this guy knew his stuff. He was obsessed with time travel, and he looks like our guy. So it's like, okay, it's probably him then, right?
I love how this guy just jumps to conclusions, man. He was obsessed with time travel, kind of looks like our guy. It's probably him. It gotta be.
In 2018, 6 years ago, which, by the way, how is 2018 6 years ago? That's crazy in its own. But 6 years ago, this guy died.
Oh, was it 6 years ago? Eh? Maybe we're all involved in time travel. Maybe it's got incredibly fast because someone's got a fucking machine somewhere. It's making the world go too quick. Something to think about.
This is all speculative. I didn't do any of this research. This is all Matty Ice. But this is crazy because there's a lot of coincidences. This guy looks the same. He was obsessed with time travel. He died. Somebody commented about his death a year before it happened. Mentioned that maybe the body wasn't found. I don't know how accurate that part is. But coincidences going back to this guy who looks like our time traveler.
Okay, right. So basically his evidence boils down to the fact that the guy looks kind of like him. He was obsessed with time travel, and there was like this weird post about like his death and the dates were like muddled up. So yeah, I mean, look, that's his. I don't want to like kind of like shit on it, you know. This is obviously his own thoughts, fair enough. I just wish I knew what happened here, right? I want to know is like, as he set this all up as like a big skit that he thought would go viral on TikTok, whereas if he has, it's definitely succeeded, fair play to him. Or is it genuinely the case that he did see like a couple of people in his back garden that he didn't know, and he's kind of came to this conclusion? And like I said before, I would love to see the comments in this video. I'm probably sure that there will be some people who believe this. I'm sorry for not being that guy, but yeah, I'm sure there will be.
So the time traveler leaves the shed the next day and goes off screen. And a lot of people think I'm hiding the front camera footage of him leaving because they think this is a skit. So let's look at the front camera and see where he goes. To the front camera, you can see him walking to the front. I did turn off the sound because all the cars driving by, so it's loud, but he's whistling. He's like, I can't whistle, but he's whistling. But yeah, he's looking sus. He walks out the gate. He's looking back at the house. Like, I don't know what he's looking at. You know, suspiciously crosses the street. And then there's a car here. And this is a really weird interaction that's about to happen.
Okay.
Because he goes up to this car, and he like looks through the passenger window, and then it's gonna stutter a little bit because it's going between clips. But he looks through the passenger window and then just continues walking. Like I can't even make this up. Like, I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, so far, I mean, maybe I've paused at the wrong point. I'm going to be proved wrong, but it seems like a guy who is potentially trying to rob something, and that's why he's went into like the back garden, into your shed, and now he's looking into the cars and stuff. That's what it seems like to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Now, this part's a little creepy because when he looked through the car, it looked like nobody was in the car. Like, that car was sitting there for a little bit. But then right as he walks off the screen, the car then turns, does a little 3-point turn, and drives off. And it's really suspicious. Like, the car's following him now. I know exactly what people are going to say.
Okay, right. I was about to say something. Let's see if he's going to say what I was about to say.
Why is the gate open when he leaves? People are going to say, oh, the gate's open because he must have come in through the gate. right? You know, some stuff like that. He came in through the gate was left open. So let me debunk that before that's, you know, even commented.
Okay.
Gate was actually left open by my cleaner. So you could see the day before.
Okay, right, fair enough. I wasn't even going to comment on the gate. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like he's maybe potentially a guy who was like trying to rob something. He did say that apparently there was someone in the car the whole time, is what I'm guessing. And he looked through the window and saw a person. I don't really know. Definitely strange behavior, I will say that. It's definitely also something to be worried about. If there was someone like that in my garden, regardless if I lived there or it was just a property I owned, I would definitely be worried about that. But yeah, I don't think he ever mentions if there's like something blocking the entrance to the back garden or not. He's got like a really small like fence in the back garden that you could like climb over and get over. And I don't know if there's like something blocking the front half of the house to the back half of the house. He wanted to go to the garden. The guy did just seem to walk straight through. So if that is the case, if there was someone that was actually around there trying to rob something, that'd probably be a house that they would aim for, unfortunately, right? Because they can easily get to a back garden. You've got a shed in there. Maybe they look to see if they could take something. That's what I'm assuming's happened. But either way, we'll carry on with the next video.
He died in 2018, so might not be our guy.
Might not be our guy. I thought you were 100% certain in the last video.
Stephen King. You probably know him. He's a well-known author. He's known as the king of horror
What, you think
books.
Stephen King
He's
in his
very well
garden?
known. He does eerily resemble a time traveler. You can see here, but
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Stephen King is the author of this book called Fairy Tale. He wrote just 2 years ago, so it's very recent. But what this book is about is gonna blow your mind. Like, it's insane. This is a quick disclaimer. I never read this book prior to, you know, making these videos. I don't really read that much. And if I do read, it's more like educational or like real estate books. It's not about like fantasy novels or horror. I hate horror. Long story short, what this book is about is there's an older guy. He has a shed in his backyard. And the shed has a staircase in it that leads to another realm with a fountain of youth. This is just a quick little snippet. Before his demise, he reveals that he is 120 years old and mentioned a gateway to another realm located in his shed. What? This is crazy right here, but there's more. The chapters, I thought the chapter names were pretty interesting. So chapter 3 is called A Hospital Visit, Quitters Never Win, and The Shed. Chapter 9 is called The Thing in the Shed. Chapter 17 is A Night in the Storage Shed.
Okay, so there's a book out there that's mentioning a shed that takes you to a different dimension. I mean, again, I feel like this is clutching at straws a little bit.
This sentence right here is pretty crazy. He talks about how there's a staircase in the shed and he's afraid that if it goes into the wrong hands, people will exploit it. And this one's wild. Somebody went in the shed and shot something. I believe the book ends here where they seal the shed so nobody else can find it and exploit it. Stephen King wrote this 2 years ago. I had never seen this book before. Probably never would have if it wasn't for this incident. So this is insane. Just to answer the most common question I get, when am I going to the shed? I will be going this upcoming weekend.
Okay, right, let's get to that, because, I mean, that was the least convincing bit of evidence out of the whole thing, in my opinion. Oh, actually, I've just scrolled down to the comments of this video about Stephen King, and someone has left a comment that is quite interesting. It says, so is this the theme of your Airbnb? That is a good point. I mean, that'd be a great marketing scheme if it was. You know how you have, like different Airbnbs have this like unique thing about them, you know, people put like apparently haunted houses on Airbnb because there's people that are interested in that and want to go and like visit or whatnot. This would be a good one, right? Go visit a house that has known time travelers in the shed. I mean, there's video footage, right? It's viral on TikTok. It would be good marketing. I don't know if that's the case. He said that it's a property that he doesn't live in. It could definitely be, but I mean, I'm not sure. But it would be great if it was. But here we go. Here's the last video. It says, inside the time travel shed. Fair enough. Let's have a look.
We are finally at the shed. Here it is. Put a lock on it. Let me get this lock off and let's inspect it. Quick little shed tour. The dryer, which is broken and super dirty.
I mean, are you sure that's a dryer? Could be a time travel machine. Have you tried sitting inside? You might go to a different dimension. You don't know.
This is a little light. So when the police came in here, they went right here. They looked around, they didn't see anything. The washer is also broken. So you can see like pieces are broken off and it's yellow inside. Nothing works. I don't know what's going on with that. You got just laundry stuff, all empty.
I mean, this is the greatest tour ever, isn't it? It's just the most like basic tour ever. Here's a dryer that's broken. Here's a washing machine that's broken. Here's some laundry detergent. Is that what you said?
This is my new water heater.
I mean, fucking hell. That looks like a time travel machine if I've ever seen one. Look at that. That is definitely being in a different dimension. You can't convince me otherwise.
He left the backpack behind and we didn't see it. So there's no backpack in there. There's no backpack behind it. It's just a bunch of blinds. There's nothing. It's just normal.
Okay, I mean, we get the gist, right? It's just a normal shed. Yeah, a pretty weird situation. It's something that you would definitely be worried about if it was true, of course, and you could call it on your Ring camera, regardless if you live there or not. If it was your property, you'd be worried about it. So hopefully there isn't going to be any problems with this, right? Like I said, if I saw someone in my back garden, I'd be pretty terrified. But yeah, in conclusion, do I think there's a time traveler involved here? No, unfortunately. As much as I do want this story to be true, it'd be fascinating to see, but no, I don't believe it. But I would love to know your opinions in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm wrong about everything that I said here. Like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm going to leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.